Hello everyone, you are watching Saheb Academy. If you like our videos, then please subscribe to our channel and also hit the bell icon for the regular updates, and also follow us on Instagram, Saheb Academy. Now let's go to the video.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Saheb Academy. Now in today's second video of trial balance, we are going to understand what is the meaning of suspense account, how is it used in accounting, and what's the relation of the suspense account with the trial balance. Fine. But first, make sure you have watched the first video of trial balance where we have discussed lots of basic concepts and also the format of trial balance. What is trial balance? Trial balance is nothing but just a summary of ledger accounts. Yeah, we have already seen the practical example also. What do we do with trial balance? We just take the debit and credit balances from the ledger accounts and we just put it in one statement, one report called as trial balance. You see, ledger accounts, and then we put their amounts, debit balances and credit balances. And of course, in accounting we follow double entry system, so of course it has to tally. Yeah, it will be equal. That's what happens, the trial balance. So when we see the trial balance, what do we get? We get an overview of the ledger accounts. Yeah, a summary. That's it. Simple. So that's what a trial balance is. Fine. And then now let's get back to this video and let's understand what is this suspense account. Now see here, first let's understand how this suspense account is used in trial balance, and then we'll talk about what this suspense account actually is. Okay, now you all know how to prepare the trial balance. Yeah, take up the balances from the ledger accounts, put them into their respective columns, debit balance into debit column, credit balances into credit column, add it all up, you will get the total, which will be equal because we follow double entry system. Yeah, yes, it will tally up. But now what if it does not tally up? What if it's not equal? The debit is not equal to credit. What will happen then? For example, let's say there were only 3 ledger accounts, 3 balances. You pick them up, you put them over here. One debit balance of 5,000 and 2 credit balances of 4,000 and 3,000. All right, and you summed it up, you added it up, and you got 5,000 on the debit side and 7,000 on the credit side. It's not equal. The debit is not equal to credit. There is a shortfall of 2,000 on the debit side. Why is that? Why it's not equal? I've told you in the previous video, when the trial balance does not agree, when the debit side is not equal to credit side, it means that there have been some errors. There are some errors. And as an accountant, first you have to locate them and then rectify them, isn't it? Yes. Now let's say there are few days and you have to finalize the accounts. You have to finish off the trial balance, prepare the profit and loss account, and then the balance sheet also. So you don't have enough time and you are not able to locate the errors. So how are you going to rectify them? You can't rectify them until and unless you locate them, right? And some errors you will be able to locate and rectify, and some errors you will not be able to locate and rectify within that short span of time. Yeah, few days. So what you will have to do is, as an accountant, you have to continue the accounting process and finalize the account. And how you're going to do is, what you have to do is that shortfall which you have on the debit side of 2,000, you have to fill that deficiency. You have to fill that, that gap with the suspense account, this virtual account. Yeah, this temporary virtual account you will open, suspense account, and you will fill that deficiency 2,000. Yeah, when you will fill that up, what will happen? 7,000, 7,000. It will be equal. Debit side will be equal to credit side, and you will continue finalization of accounts. Yeah, read this. If the trial balance does not agree, if the debit side is not equal to credit side, after transferring all the balances of all ledger accounts and errors are not located timely, then the trial balance is tallied, it is made equal. It was not equal, trial balance did not agree. So we have to make it equal by transferring the difference of debit and credit side. This is the difference, this is the shortfall we have. Yeah, difference of debit and credit side to an account known as suspense account. Now why is it called suspense account? Because we don't know why there is a difference over here. There is a mystery behind it. There is a suspense over here. It is because of errors, but we are not able to locate the errors within that short period of time. So for the time being, what we have to do is we have to open this temporary account where this shortfall, this deficiency will be transferred. Okay. So now this suspense account, I have to tell you one thing regarding this. See here, this suspense account can have debit balance. It can also have credit balance. Okay. Right now in this example, it has debit balance, 2,000 debit balance. Yeah, it's on the debit side, the shortfall. So here suspense account has debit balance. Therefore, it is an asset. Now, if the balance sheet is finalized and still the errors are not rectified, it's not located, and in the suspense account we have a balance of 2,000, then what you will do? Where you will take the suspense account? You have to show it on the asset side. Okay, you have to show it on the asset side, and in the next accounting period you will have to rectify those errors and everything. But if suspense account had credit balance, if it had credit balance here, if the deficiency was on the credit side, for example, let's say there was no 3000 over here, you'll have to take suspense account 3000 over here, just for an example. So what will happen is suspense account will be liability, and in the balance sheet it will be shown on the liability side. Is that okay? Right. And then what will happen, see, in suspense account you will have a balance, you have 2000 balance, right? So that balance have to be cleared up. It's just a temporary account, you will not keep that amount as a permanent amount over there. No, it's not a permanent account, it's just a temporary account which was opened just to prepare the financial statements and everything. That's why you open the suspense account, right, to finalize the account. So now what you have to do is, afterwards you have to locate the errors. You have to locate the errors and clear the suspense account. Whatever balance you have in suspense account, that balance has to be transferred to the actual permanent accounts where there were errors, where you will rectify, and you will transfer those balance, this balance over there. See here, to be cleared out, suspense account must have zero balance. Move suspense account entries into their designated accounts to make the suspense account balance zero. That's what you will have to do. Okay, you will have to use the suspense account to rectify the errors. Yeah, you will learn that in the rectification of errors chapter. Fine. So that's what we do. We locate the errors and clear the suspense account afterwards. But for the time being, we create this temporary account to finalize the account. Okay. So the primary reason of suspense account is what? The trial balance discrepancy. Yeah, the errors in trial balance. When the debit side is not equal to credit side, we use the suspense account to finalize the accounts. Is that okay? Clear. See here, what is suspense account? Suspense account is a temporary account where you record unclassified transaction and discrepancy of trial balance. Yeah, there are two reasons why suspense account comes into the picture. The first is what? When the trial balance does not agree, debit is not equal to credit. When that happens, what you have to do, you have to fill the deficiency, either debit deficiency or credit deficiency, that gap, by the suspense account. And then later you will clear that, locate the errors and clear the suspense account. Yeah, for example, here the suspense account has debit balance. So to rectify, while rectifying, what you will do, it has debit balance. So you will credit that and decrease the balance in suspense account and transfer the balance to the actual permanent account where there are errors. Okay, you will learn that in rectification of errors chapter. Fine, that's the first reason. Discrepancy in trial balance, it does not agree, debit is not equal to credit. Another reason is unclassified transaction. Now for example, you have to understand this. Okay, for example, let's say today you saw your bank statement. Let's say you're running a business, yeah, and today online you saw your bank statement and you see there that you have received 20k in your bank account, and you don't know how you have received it. Yeah, it's an unclassified transaction. You have no idea how 20,000 was credited into your account, into your bank account. So what you will have to do, of course, you have to record that in your books, right? So how will you do that? You will debit the bank account, of course, yeah, bank balance has been increased, but now what will be the credit? You don't know whether you have got any refund from any customers, I mean your suppliers, or you have got the money from your customer or something. Yeah, you don't know. So for the time being, what you're going to do is you are going to use suspense account. We don't know from where this 20,000 has come into our account. So of course, suspense account balance will increase, credit balance will increase, right? So that's what unclassified transaction is. For the time being, you will use the suspense account, to record unclassified transaction, unknown transactions. Okay. And then what will happen? After confirming with your customer, for example, he was your debtor, yeah, you had sold goods on credit to him and he paid you, right? Because what happens in bank statement, in online bank statement, have you seen that? In that there will only be some numbers, yeah, some transaction numbers, reference number. There will not be actual name. Sometimes the name comes, sometimes the name doesn't come. If the name doesn't come in that statement, you will not know from which customer you have received that money. So for maybe 2-3 days, that amount will lie in the suspense account. And then later, when you will confirm with the customer and everything, you will make the invoice and everything, all that is confirmed, then you will transfer that 20,000 from the suspense account to the actual customer account, the debtor account. Okay, so that's how you deal with unclassified transaction. So the primary reason is discrepancy of trial balance, and then the second reason is unclassified transactions. Yeah, yes. So that's what it acts as an holding account until unknown transaction is identified in case of unclassified transaction, and errors are discovered in case of trial balance. Fine. So this is the main use of suspense account. Okay, unclassified transaction and discrepancy of trial balance. Fine. So it's just a temporary account which is open for the unclassified transaction and then the discrepancy of trial balance. Is that clear? It's very simple. It's not difficult at all. Okay. So that's it for this video. I just wanted to explain you what suspense account is, how is it used in trial balance, because here we are discussing the trial balance, but of course you should also know about the unclassified transaction. Yeah, you receive the money, you don't know from where it came from, you have to classify it, but you can't classify it because you don't have, the real info, confirmed information you don't have. You just have an idea that, we have got the money, but there are lots and lots of your credit customers from whom you have received it, you don't know. So what are you going to do? You're going to wait. You're going to transfer that money, bank account debit to suspense account. All right. Later, when you will come to know you received it from Ram, then what you're going to do is suspense account was credited. You will debit it, suspense account debit to Ram, like that. Okay. So that's how you deal with the unclassified transaction and the discrepancy of trial balance. You all know, fill the gap, and then it will be asset or liability, and then you will locate the errors and clear the suspense account. Or what can happen before also, before the balance sheet date also, you can clear the suspense account. It can happen. Fine. So that's it for this video. I think you are perfectly clear now with the suspense account. It's very simple. It's not difficult at all. That's it for this video. Okay, bye.